slowing down and taking no time. I gotta keep it rolling. Those in the windshield.
Happy Halloween, you bunch of freaks. Welcome to the Gig App Worker Rodeo Roundtable. And let's welcome the panel. My co-host, Kim Side Money Plans. Not here.
Kindness is always free.
Yes.
But we do have Gig Work Mama, Cheyenne. We have Tom Kelly on the other side with an awesome background that I haven't fully taken in all the things yet, but I know some of them right out of the gate. We got Michelle Sleet below us and Gary Middleton. And I think was it last week was the rough one with Luis. The one before was Delivered. These have been some good ones in a row. And today I have been up delivering and I got home like 20 minutes before this. But we do have some stories, and I'm literally putting this together on the fly. I'm just being honest with you guys. You got nowhere else to be anyway if you're here on Halloween. So, so kick back, grab a beer, and you ain't going nowhere.
You're held hostage.
If you had somewhere better to be, you'd be there.
Too funny.
Tom, what is What's on your plate? What's your thoughts on what you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the Jets and the Texans because it's just so comical. But I'll let it go.
You can go ahead, give a quick plug on it.
Those of you who are football fans and have been watching the Jets meltdown, they finally had this breakaway tonight. The guy, it's a reverse lateral. The guy takes it. He's running into the end zone. He celebrates and lets go of the ball before he actually crosses into the end zone.
It's like that. It's like that. It's a little better, but it's kind of like that other weird thing that happened this week. The interception where the dude was taunting him right before it. The Hail Mary got it. He's like, in your face, we won. He's like, there's a play left. He's like, yeah, from 90 yards away, you punk. Like it's like, and then not only that happened, it's the Hail Mary gets tapped, and the dude catches it off the bounce. The same dude he taunted. It was like you watched karma go full circle in like 10 seconds.
10 seconds. It was amazing. So anyway, pretty funny. Poor Jets. I almost feel sorry for them, but not tonight because the Texans are playing.
Do you know? I mean, man, maybe. I mean, if anybody believes in curses, it might just be because I mean, look at last year when they had, they got that. Finally, we got a quarterback, and then he broke his toe or. The first move
towards Achilles on the fourth play.
Right. Yeah, he got on the field, like jogged and broke his Achilles, and then he's like, "Oh, can't play." Like, I think they're just cursed, man.
Oh, and as you said that, the Texans might have just scored a touchdown, but I think maybe not. Well, we'll see. Anyway. Let me do this. Okay.
Do.
You know that was in my head.
Of course it was when there's a blank space. With like if it wasn't copyright, I would have that little sound clip on.
Exactly. That's why I didn't say it because I was like, I don't know if it's going to be copyright or not.
It is.
While Tom's getting it together, let's say hi to this
Wait,
guy.
it is? Even though you're singing it?
So, what's up, Miko? You guys, I always say it. Check out Miko. Check out anybody's channel, of course, but check out Miko. No customers, no business. She's trying to do a different angle on something that is still driver advocate. So, what's up, Donna? What's up, Traveler? What's up, Bubba Sue? And what's up, Ivanaska? And what's up, everybody else that is lurking, working, or trick or treating? I don't know how that just flowed out like that. I was going to say trick or tricking, but...
So I was like, what kind of trick?
But Tom, okay, what is it? Which story are we talking about?
Uber just announced their quarterly numbers a couple hours ago now.
Publicly, so too.
Yeah.
I've been in the car all day, so I forgot that it was coming out today. So, okay.
So I'm sharing this with you here.
Okay. Oh, I see the screen.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
So all in all, they did good. Now, what was weird throughout the day, actually, I'm going to show this real quick because somebody's going to ask about this part. I get this up here. So last night they finished the night at like $79. And then throughout the day, the stock price fell on rumors that they were going to have bad news. And then during the day, they realized, oh, no, it's good news. But the stock price couldn't recover in time before the day settled. So as of right this minute, we're up 45 cents from where they closed. So it's let's see if this is actually. I haven't updated this for a little while. Could be better or worse than that. But actually, they had a good announcement, and lots of people. This guy over here and many others are like, "Hey, I don't know why the stock price went down during the day either. Nobody knows for sure, but I'm buying." And so. So what they say, basically what they said was this quarter compared to a year ago, this is third quarter, ending September 30th. Everything's up, and it almost exactly where it was predicted to be up by both those analysts who do those predictions and by the company themselves. Everything's pretty much spot on what they expected it to be. So it is, we see a 17% increase in gross bookings with mobility, that's people, and a 16% increase with this is year over year for the quarter, with delivery. Freight is just kind of barely holding on. I don't know what they're going to do.
But again, delivery's up because prices are way up.
No, this is
counts. This is how many counts.
Yeah.
Orders.
Okay.
This is now, we're looking at dollars. Again, we're looking at changing constant currency. Let me jump down here really to the, let's see here, the adjusted EBITDA, which, by the way, everybody should know if you follow these kinds of things that this is non-GAAP approved, but it is the typical way now that investors look at companies and determine what they are. So what is this? This is their profit, counting the taxes that they pay out, counting depreciation, counting amortization. Those types of things all get counted in here so that you can kind of get an overall picture. What doesn't get counted are things like human resources and what else do they leave out of here? Development, research and development kinds of things.
So I'm glad you mentioned that, because I was going to ask you, and specifically, I know of a bunch, but let's just talk about one that we talk about quite often. And I'm going to give you a different example than like a Waymo though. Okay. Mm-hmm. Autonomous. In 2021, Uber bought Yandex in Russia, an autonomous company. It was a straight transaction, whatever it was. They paid for it. They bought it with a clause to be able to get the money back. And they did end up selling it back when they sold out all autonomous that year. It's every year just for those that don't know, they buy into Waymo every year, but then they buy into others too. But at the end of the year, they say we're no longer autonomous and they sell it all off, and then they buy it back and all this weird stuff. But this last time with Yandex, there was no money involved. Yandex was struggling, and the deal was that Uber can get them more of a profile, and they're a tech company. No, they're not. And so the trade was done. We all know why. Uber has the reach. But this time, so they bought them for a second time, but without any money. Where's that go?
That would not be reflected in this number. Okay, that's why they do this number.
But it makes me worry. Can that get played into this number at all?
No. Okay. That's exactly what this number is, to show true operating income without all that other stuff where mergers and acquisitions and all those kinds of things are discussed and sometimes done, and all that, because it can really throw off a quarter and make you think that they had a really good or really bad quarter compared to a year ago, because maybe last year they bought it and this year they sold it, so it makes that quarter look amazing. So that's why they like to look at this. That's why the investors look at this number, so that you don't get caught up by all that other garbage that's going on. It's important, but more on an annual basis than when you're comparing quarter to quarter across 2 years.
So it's kind of like taking stocks, buying and selling, and trying to include that into your income for a loan. Right?
I get all that. My problem here is, and again, we'll take it at its worth, but in that same sentence is a huge joke, because its worth is low. Because unless this is an IRS audit, this is Uber numbers. No. You're
missing the.
I guess here's what I'm saying. I understand this is very legal and this is correct, but I just worry that they mismanage money and put it into things, and they make things. It's not hard to make things appear to be something else.
Yeah, well, and these numbers are made to make the company look good, but that's fair. All the companies are doing this is a good measure of whether or not this company's making any money this year versus where they were last year in the stuff that they do. Now, what about the stuff that they don't do, that they get involved in? For instance, my old company,
like technology,
Computer Sciences Corporation, for whatever reason, we ended up winning the contract to fix all the airplanes for NASA. Well, that's not what a computer company does. But we really wanted another contract, but you had to bid on this contract too, and we ended up winning it. And, so it was a real mess for like 5 years. We had this whole business that we didn't even know about, that we didn't know how to do really. But that's, companies get themselves in weird situations, and this is the way to look at it without getting into that other stuff. And not that it doesn't need to be dealt with, but on the quarterly financials, you usually don't deal with it. You talk about it at the end of the year and what you're doing, which, by the way, brings up, they asked him directly after the call on Squawk Box, asked Dana directly, are you or are you not going to buy
Priceline?
No, the other one. The one
or Expedia, sorry.
Expedia, yeah. And he has to be very careful the way he answers the question, okay? Because if you say yes or no, you very well could get yourself into a large trouble. So he basically said, look, that's not what we're concentrating on. I'm not going to say we're not going to do something that's smaller and more in our wheelhouse, but that's not the kind of thing we're concentrating on right now.
Meaning, here's my take on it. They're not even going to do anything. They're going to integrate Expedia as it is, and they're just going to charge for it on the Uber app.
I don't think so. I think he was. I think he was trying to put that rumor to rest.
Well, see, here's my point. I've read a bunch on it too. I've read some articles that make sense why they would do it. One of the biggest ones, again, we get into this really strange thing because they say they're a tech company, but they're not. I don't know if there probably is a term. I'm too tired today to think of it. Tommy, you might know it. Somebody else might know it, but it's more like they're not tech. They're a leverage company.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not getting enough business. Well, why don't we just own it, give you some money, and we'll get you customers. Like, oh, you're not getting, because I mean, like, let's be honest. Why would Expedia be what it was when he left? There has been 3 times as many of them since, and Google Flights can beat Expedia every time. This can beat this. I mean, Expedia isn't something that, it's not like a household name anymore. I don't even know who uses it.
Yeah, I used to use it all the time.
Me too. That's my point. But I mean, I haven't even, when I've priced things out in the last year or so, I haven't even checked Expedia.
It's been years since I probably used it. I gave up on that a long time ago. But when it was new, it was awesome.
Yeah.
But,
oh yeah. When he and again, and that's why all those rumors have been flying, because it was when he was running it, it was awesome.
Yeah.
And
that
then
was
he
back
came
in
to Uber.
1996 that it was launched.
Yeah.
What, Expedia?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's like saying you guys are saying it was awesome then. To the rest of us,
Well, I think it took a little bit.
Existed.
If I remember it took a little bit for Expedia to get. It was the early 2000s I was using it.
No, it was. Yeah, it was the late 90s when I was using it, because I remember using it at my old house, and I haven't lived in that house for a long time.
So, I mean, was Priceline. Who was first? Was it Priceline?
We were probably still using MySpace back then.
Right. Yeah, you had MySpace, and in your internet was Netscape. And
Yeah.
not even AOL.
Yeah, it's Netscape. And my favorite search engine was Alta Vista. That was the best search engine.
Oh my God, I remember all this stuff.
Yeah. So,
I've never used Expedia. That's why I was saying, like, I've never even been to their website except for right now, because I've always used Google Flights for my flights and Booking.com for my hotels.
Yeah.
Yeah. So any questions on this before I close this out?
No.
Okay. So,
and the reason I was for those wondering, the reason I was questioning Tom so much on it, because Tom and I and Gary too, for years did Driver Nation. Many of you remember, but we always questioned every earnings report Uber had.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we were going through it like, dude, Bull, where's the rub?
I have to go with people. I have to go with people who are smarter than me on this stuff, because it's not something I live and breathe anymore. It used to be. I mean, when I was looking at this earlier, I'm like, damn. When I used to do this, I mean, I was the guy who helped feed the numbers to the company president on what he was supposed to say, and now I'm like, okay, now what is that again? So I got to go with people who are more in touch with it than I am at this point. And the guys at CNBC who love to beat up Uber were really excited about this. And they're like, hey, if you want to sell, I'm buying. Let's go. Because they thought it was a steal at 72.
Okay.
So what was that up? They were up 55% over last year. Was that right?
No. Across the board, I would say that they were up 20%.
Okay, and then driver earnings are down 30%.
Well, are down 20% too. So yeah. But there's no doubt that, I mean, I don't think they're even denying it anymore. That that's what they've done. Now we're starting to see an uptick though in multiple cities where Uber is starting to raise prices and seem to be sharing more of that with the drivers. I was tracking my numbers pretty carefully, but then I got off rideshare there for a couple of weeks because of a car problem. But I'm starting to see a slight increase in what I'm getting. So I don't know if I'm a smarter driver now or what, but it's been better.
It's always good this time of year, end of October, November.
Well, I'm thinking about that too. Yeah, I wasn't doing it last year at this time, so I don't have a year over year to compare against. But
yes, this is my fifth go round at this, and I think these are the best months. Also, it eliminates the people who don't want to drive at night, and there's plenty. And It eliminates the people like where I live. Of course, when it gets cold, they're not going out. They're not going to go out in any bad weather. And a lot of people have returned to college. It appears all that age of drivers is gone from my market. So I'm loving it right now.
Well, I did $70 in less than 2 hours today, and that was with just one small tip. I mean, it was just boom, boom, and the rides paid well.
So, Michelle, I want to give you the heads up of, I hope you have a hot topic from the forum tonight, but okay. So I have one though that I want to talk about because this is too crazy, you guys. If you've been watching some of the live streams, I'm not doing a lot, but on the weekends I've been doing some Instacart. And Gary, if you don't know this, I've been doing exactly what I used to talk about on every one. So here's what I've given up trying on Instacart. I'm not even sitting there looking at I'm actually looking, but I'm not looking at the offer anymore. Everything's $1 with no tip, so it doesn't matter. So I'm looking at them, and I'm just picking it on anything under 20 items going to a McMansion. If it has less than 20 items and it's going to a McMansion, I take it and I put my dumpling flyer in. I have gotten one client from it. I've only done 5. And I had one call me because, right here I'm reading Instacart shopper, or there's 2 articles and they actually really do a little different thing. But one of the points they hit on, we all know that Instacart, and I hadn't done it in a while, so I didn't know if they were still doing this kind of thing, but they make you take a picture of the receipt. And then there's that little toggle that says, you kept the receipt, right? Like, I hate that for one. And it says, because the client will get a digital one. So what I've been doing is my flyer, the way it reads says, hey, scan this QR, it takes you to my dumpling, where I have nothing but good ratings. But it also, one of the big bold one at the top says, please see attached receipt of your grocery bill. And then I say that, I can make it so that you're paying less than you do on Instacart. I can give you personalized service. We can go through this. We can customize it to you. And it'll always be me. And I can do other tasks, and I can always save you money, and you get in-store prices. You can get gas points. You can use digital coupons.
How long is this flyer? Is it like a CVS receipt?
No, but then I staple the Instacart receipt to it because you're not supposed to. And I say to them, now compare this to your order. because that's why they do it. Straight up, like, we don't, don't give it to them. You don't need to know why. Oh, I know why. It's because you don't want them comparing it to the order. So I've put such a rebel. I've put compare this to the order. I think Cheyenne is laughing harder than everybody else because she knows how bad I troll them on Twitter.
I do. I see it on X all the time.
And guys, I'm not. If you guys don't know, I'm not nice. It's
at all.
Kim said to me, "I'm surprised they haven't banned you."
That's what I'm saying. I'm really surprised they haven't blocked your account from commenting on their page, because some of the things, it's out of left field. It's like if you posted a picture of your child doing Halloween and someone comments that I don't know, you ran over their cat 2 years ago. He's harsh.
No, it's they'll be tuna fish, and it's just these stupid things like tuna fish. Crackers, Instacart delivery, everything's perfect. And I'll put how is everything perfect when you're charging them 500%? You scam.
But it's like all the companies though. I mean, they don't block anybody on X because the more comments it has, the higher it boosted up.
But so Uber,
they're expecting you to troll.
Yeah. But if you go leave it on Uber, they delete it. They don't block you, but they delete it.
Uber does?
Yeah. That's the other funny thing. In your face, Instacart, because all of your tweets maybe get maybe the amount mine do. No kidding. I see a post and they have 3 likes and a retweet 3 days later. I'm like, people hate you. You know? So anyway, I've been doing that as well. I've been stapling the receipt. And this in one of the first things I wanted to bring up here. So there's an article, Instacart shopper gets receipt filled with recall notices, but isn't supposed to give customers the receipts. Oddly enough, the last one I did, the lady had 20 items on the receipt. It was like you could hold it from the ceiling and let it drop. 15 of the 20 were recalls. But I'm not allowed to give her that receipt. So I stapled the receipt to my little flyer, and I said, you know, it says, look at the receipt. I tore the part underneath it, and so it was just the receipt of the 20 things. And then I said, bonus. I wrote it with a pen. Bonus. I wasn't supposed to give you this. Here's 15 recalls.
And then he delivered a quarter pounder with extra onions to the
No, I'm bringing this up because some people know. I know Gary knows. I wanted to do this forever. And like, it was kind of like, will I ever really do it though? Like I'm not even, that's why I'm only picking by the houses. Because they're all sick of Instacart. I know it. That's why they're not doing the 200 item orders, but they're also not doing junk food. They're just doing we didn't get to the store. Can you get me like 4 steaks, this, that, and it's like a decent tip, but I can tell they're just burnt out on Instacart. So I'm like, perfect. If you own a house more than $1 million, I don't care if it's an $11 order and it's less than 20 items. That's not good money to me, but I'm going to take it because I'm going to hopefully steal your clients. Instacart, like, suck it, coming for you. But anyway, this story now says that these recall notices as well, this person had checked in. Instacart says absolutely do not put those in there. Why? I looked at them because I had them too, and I've only had this once. When I did it, those recall notices don't say anything about price. Why the hell wouldn't you at least allow those in?
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Like, that could be like, hey, this meat's poisonous, but you're buying it at your your own risk. And it's like, okay, well, I actually want to give them this receipt and let them know.
So there's no price on it at all, but they don't want you to share.
No, the price is on the top receipt. But then the recalls are all just recalls that print from the chit that are just like barcoded, that you can like scan with your phone and read about the recall. And do you need to, can you eat that meat? I mean, I guess with meat, like, I would hope they wouldn't sell it if it's recalled and just see who returns it.
Yeah, for us, they pull everything. They don't give us like recall receipts or anything like that.
But to further take this story another level, another story about something that relates to this. So, article, ripped off. Instacart shopper pays $179 for her order. Then she sees the receipt driver accidentally left in the bag.
It was your customer.
You can't, I know, but you can't make this up. This is what I'm doing on purpose. And they're like getting pissed at her going, you can't do that. And I'm going, oh, I'm promoting doing it. Like, this one's in trouble for accidentally doing it once. I'm promoting I'm doing it to every client I do. I think your name is so bad that even if somebody's like, well, that's kind of, you shouldn't be doing that, I don't think they're going to take the time to call. They're not going to be like, I'm going to call this in. No. If I got you your groceries good enough. But, you know.
How long do you wait? Who wants to think about it? How long until he's deactivated from Instagram?
Like, seriously, he keeps poking the bear.
I mean, I've been lighting the bear on fire with like a lighter and lighter.
Dude's out there with a flamethrower. Just...
I swear they're gonna do something.
What? You know, I mean, what are they going to do? Are they going to make
deactivate you?
Are they going to make bots make $3 orders, $1 orders? Ooh.
People would take them.
I know, but see, like, here's the thing about it. Yes, I don't want to get deactivated. I'm not doing every Instacart and just shoving them in and throwing them around. I'm picking my battles. I'm not doing this for the money. I know that neighborhood. That dude has money. I'm fucking putting this in there. I'm rolling the dice. you know? And so, I mean, plus I'll just claim my account was stolen that day, or, oh, I lost my Instacart card a while ago. Why has somebody been using my account?
Wait, the biggest thing is it against the TOS to even put receipts in the bag? Is it? Have we ever? I've
Yes,
never read
that's what I was,
Instacart TOS.
that's what I was saying to you. I don't know if you've done one in a while. I needed to see it, but
No,
China, you see these
I know
too,
it's
right?
in the app.
I know
Yeah,
it's
you
on
see
the screen. I know it's on the screen because I do Instacart. I
Right.
know it pops up on the screen, but is that actually against TOS? That's the thing.
Oh, I don't know,
They
but
can
I
put
figured
anything
when
they
it
want on the
says,
screen.
if it just said don't put it in there, I think I'd be like, maybe
It says
maybe.
confirm you kept the receipt.
Yeah,
which
that
is
part
okay,
it
whatever.
makes me think that it is in the TOS, but I don't
But
know.
is it in the TOS?
Again, you
I
might
don't
be
know.
right because they have to be, but again, I'm not going to be able to take them to court if they're like, well, you can't do that. And I'm like, yeah, I know, dumbass, but I'm doing it anyway because an independent contractor can. Oops, you say I'm an independent contractor in the TOS. Looks like we have a stalemate, asshole. Like, excuse my language. Happy Halloween, everybody. Anyway, I'm not promoting this, but I think it's a great idea.
Just
Follow along at your own risk.
just a quick search of their TOS page here. There's nothing in here about receipts except for that the shopper app may request from you any feedback, but not including to product or retail information or images of receipts and products. That's the only thing it says about receipts in the whole TOS.
Yeah, but under property rights and licenses, it says all trademarks, copyright, database rights, patent, and other intellectual property rights of any nature in the shopper app together with the underlying software code, its affiliate, like a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, but a receipt is not owned by Instacart. It's owned by
but it says owned either directly by Instacart or by Instacart's licensors, and it's protected.
That's not a store though.
Like, hey, we're ripping everybody off, so can we own that transaction? Like, no. Yeah, if you don't charge them. Like, it's all yours if you want to pay for it. I don't know. To me, like, it is. I mean, look. I mean, you guys all know when you go to the store. Like me, I have an Instacart card, and I was about to go. I guess they don't use these anymore, but one of the last ones I did, they actually had me use it. But when it's a bigger shop, they are just like, use the phone. I don't know why they choose one over the other based on the money, but they do. They have you just do the barcode, but then other ones are like, just use the card. And I'm like, well, why? You know, you have the barcode. But they have, so when they do the scan of that, when they're checking you out, obviously their system, because they know that's Instacart, you have to tell them before they start ringing. So when they do that, why don't they just, I mean, they have a deal with the companies. Why don't they at least let all the items be on the receipt in case the return's needed or they want to match something up without the price, since the price comes through on the digital side? I mean, I'm not for it because it's not transparent, but like, at least why wouldn't they do that?
Has anybody ever ordered off Instacart?
No.
I have. I did.
I don't have $100,000.
I ordered once or twice.
So do you get the actual receipt picture that we take, or you just get their digital receipt?
Yeah, you don't get a receipt.
I was even going to ask her if she even got a digital receipt.
Yeah, you don't get a receipt. You get, here's what you ordered, and whatever price that was in the app, that's what's there.
Just the total, not the items. Or do you get the item
like
prices?
itemized list?
It does. It itemizes
but
it has the price.
It's just
right. I know. It's their inflated
purchased.
prices. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this person, so the shopper left the receipt in the bag, and the company has received a lot of backlash in recent times. One woman called out the brand for scamming her out of a $300 order. Another content creator exposes the company after her gift card was hacked. And now a third person has come forward. There's a lot more than three, guys. Third person has come forward with a negative experience after using the delivery service. What happened to Instacart in a video posted October 12th that has now reached over 1 million views. Someone shared their experience. She explains that that she purchased a delivery order that totaled $179. All was fine with the groceries she received, but everything changed when she discovered the receipt of the purchase. According to her, the in-person shopper only spent $119, leaving a questionable difference of $60 on the customer's total bill. The last day I ever shopped with Instacart, the customer wrote in a caption, apparently the user isn't the only person who felt scammed against the Instacart app. It keeps popping up ads, guys. I'm sorry. Stupid Daily Dot. As I'm reading their article, that's the plug I'm giving them. Stupid Daily Dot. That's where this came from, the Stupid Daily Dot. But yeah, this happened to me too. Usually they take it out, but they left it. And I was like, so I guess I'm wondering, like,
if you finish reading though, Instacart blames it on the vendor, not them.
I know. So, but I'm already at this point of my head's going like, dude, again, like, why is this even being debated? I mean, what, one receipt got left in a bag? I'm putting it in every one now. So, like, guess what? A lot of other ones have too. Are the people just not looking? Because it's really clear, obviously.
I bet you a lot of people just don't even pay attention and just because they've already paid for it.
Yeah, but if you spent $200 on groceries and you happen to see the receipt as you're pulling out the groceries, and you take a quick look and it says 205, or you know, it says 105, like, you're gonna be like, what?
Yeah, that's what they said though. On here it says the company assures its customers that it is the store vendors that determine the price of goods, not Instacart.
Yeah, but we all know why they do that.
Yeah, it's just
because
like with food
Instacart
delivery.
offers, hey, we can, for $100 million a day, we can do this, or you can raise your prices and we don't have to charge you anything. And we'll just take that extra.
And yet they still charge a service fee and all that.
Like, to me, that's even it's not just a way that they've come up to do business. That's just a scam, a good scam they've come up with on how to make it seem like
I went in my order and got it. So first of all, you get it by email, but then you also have it in the app, and it tells you like who delivered your order, when it was placed, if there are any adjustments. So they show you like adjustments and then refund if they're refunding it. And then it says items found, but it's the same price that you selected in the app. And then you have your total, your service fee, your tip. We have GST and QST as taxes. And then your payment and where they delivered it to. And then it has the Instacart GST and HST number, Costco, QST, and whatever their tax numbers.
Right, but somehow, even if it is the in-store price and they were seeing that into the processing fee and stuff. So I mean, it's going everywhere. Money's just going everywhere to the customer, so that they really. It's all trickery. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna change my flyer. I'm gonna say, screw this, you're being scammed. That's gonna be
wow.
All bold. And I'm gonna post my flyer on the Instacart page.
Oh my god.
On Twitter. And just say, you know, like, Instacart customers, why the hell would you use them? Here, check me out.
Could you imagine getting your groceries and the first thing you pull out is big bold font at the top? You're being scammed.
I swear Steve's gonna go viral on TikTok, but for the wrong reasons.
But just so everybody knows, I think everybody that knows me knows this, like, I will defend it. Like, I would never go, oh, I didn't, like, I'll be like, well, they are getting scammed. But what, I'm not supposed to tell them? Oh, well, I'm gonna.
Bubba Sue's right. Steve's gonna be deactivated soon.
Well, that's, you know, the other thing that I hadn't done Instacart in a while. The other thing that I've now remembered is that I can now pick them all out. I can just go follow them to the houses they deliver to, and then go up after that person, knock on the door, and go, hey, you wanna not get scammed anymore? Here you go.
Stalker much?
Like, I guess I'm saying if they shut me down, what movie is it from? If they take me down, I'll become more powerful.
That's Star
like
Wars.
one of the Star Wars. It'd be nice. Like, that's how I feel. Like, go ahead, dude. Knock me down. Ooh, deactivate it. You know what? I'm going to follow every driver you got, and I'm going to tell the world how much you suck.
Oh, my God. Oh, man.
Anyway, what were we talking
This is forever going to live on YouTube.
Instacart, watch this. Get your game together or else I'm taking everything.
Gary, Tuesday's slightly talking about what we were talking about before we went live with Uber. They said Uber's controlling our phones. This one's a little different, a little sketchier, where there's like a black dot on the left side of their
He's
phone.
probably talking about the Uber icon that shows up.
But then they said that when they said Uber out loud, it went away.
I don't know. Maybe because they switched to the Uber app.
Yeah, that's odd. But if anyone's having the issue with Uber now forcing you to have your overlay, Gary has a very good solution.
Yeah, use Maximo. Oh.
And that's from Gary's Apps, Gary'sApps.com, your number one source for gaps in the gig economy.
Tuesday says Uber is controlling our phones. Not only, remember when it was Uber's listening to us through the phone? Now it's Uber's controlling the phone. Next it's going to be like Uber can release a bug from the phone into your ear that takes over your body.
Uber can do some crazy stuff.
But yeah, like I was saying before, if you don't want it, just turn on Uber and then go back to the settings screen and turn off the display over other apps, and then you'll be okay.
I will, Mika. No, nobody's. I mean, I don't do it on every app. I mean, the only other one I might consider, I'd have to find the angle. Though right now they got too many undocumented people for me to even worry about it. It's DoorDash. So I'm just going to stick with my original plan of, because it's about landing my own clients too. But I wouldn't go like screw over like a Curry or a Delivered. But Instacart has it coming. So. Hey, Marion, what's up?
Instacart. You can make good money on Instacart.
Wait, this is good. Let's see. Eric says, if Instacart shoppers want to spend that money, let them. I will take my cut and keep pushing it to the next Instacart order. But Eric, if like my dumpling clients, I make on half of the amount of stuff you're doing on a Instacart order, I'm making 3 to 4 times as much for one client who will be my repeat client, same person, who is also, by paying me that much, is still saving money. So I get you. You want the work, you want to take your cut, but wouldn't you rather have a bigger cut and like help your fellow man out?
We discussed this last week. Nobody cares, Steve.
Okay, well then perfect. Then I'm just telling you what I'm doing. I think it's a great idea. I think you're missing out if you don't do it, but yes, you should not do it because it is wrong.
Well, we don't know if it's wrong.
Yeah, I don't know that it is wrong.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the flyer's wrong. It feels wrong when I do it.
The flyer is wrong. The flyer is wrong. I know that is wrong. But as far as putting the receipt in there, I don't know that that's wrong. I looked at their terms of service. It doesn't say I can't.
Yeah, I mean, I figure if anything, knock wood, anything ever happens, I'll just be like, oh my gosh, did one of those drop in the bag? I'm sorry.
Has it stapled on.
Now I do know 100% fact that you cannot message the customer with your dumpling link.
I don't, dude. I give them a really pretty.
Gary, don't give him any ideas.
I'm like.
No, I know.
Again, I already got the idea of the night. It's going to be you are being scammed.
Wait, Gary, did you say that someone sent the customer the dumpling link through the Instacart app?
Yeah.
I bet a lot of people have, to be honest. A lot of dumpling people probably tried that at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And Gary just made a good point, guys. If you are, I know some people have actually started doing a little
In fact,
dumpling. Don't do that. Don't do
any
that.
of these apps, if you want to communicate with a customer for an outside service, don't do it through any of the in-app chats, because those are all monitored, stored, all that stuff. So never use that. Always in person.
Yeah.
Or through I'd say phone call, but now they even record those since it's not directly through the numbers anymore. So yeah, always in person.
Yeah. You know, another thing I could do, I could also.
Oh no.
I know this one is bad, guys. Buckle up. Because like I could follow somebody with a small order, and let's say it's like a bunch of stuff, and there's like sauce in there and stuff. I can go shake up the soda before they get to the door after he drops it and drives away, break the cans and everything, let it be all over, and then come about 10 minutes later and be like, oh my gosh, I heard that you had a horrible delivery. I'm so sorry. Like,
Okay, don't anybody else do this. You will go to jail if there's
Ring cameras.
I'll do it in a ski mask.
He's definitely gonna go viral.
Never mind, that's a bad idea.
That's horrible. I heard you had a horrible experience. What did you hear?
They're gonna be like, that's the same shirt you was wearing when you kicked all this stuff.
I think Marion's right. We need, Steve, we're worried that you're holding this all in. And
I think here's the reality, because Marion knows me. She knows how I felt about them for years. I actually got a little better about it because they're transparent. At least it's kind of like Roadie. They're transparent, but they suck. So it's and they've ripped. Here's my thing. It's like a Robin Hood thing with me. They've stolen from people long enough. I'm gonna right the wrongs, and if I profit in the meantime.
Go for it, dude.
Oh my God.
I'll just go back to I'm an independent contractor. Well, I think even in your TOS it says I'm an independent contractor. Let's put the law out.
You need to put like a disclaimer at the bottom of this video on a ticker that just says like, follow at your own risk.
Everything I say. Please contact me if you want to drop Instacart as your rip-off platform. Done.
Oh my God.
We are professional idiots. Do not follow any advice we give you.
Yeah. Cody has a point.
He does. But the point he's not adding in is, why do all non-transparent apps suck?
Yeah.
I mean, actually, if you look at that, all of them, Roadie sucks. Grubhub sucks.
I mean, for you don't like Curry. For me, Curry
sucks.
Curry doesn't suck for me. Delivered doesn't suck for me.
Yeah,
So there's I know. I mean, to each his own. But for me, they don't. And even if they did, they're transparent. It's up to me to make a bad decision.
They suck. I just think that like Curry, I think drivers take that stuff too quickly. Like, let this stuff build up.
Maybe in your market,
$3 a mile. Yeah, they take that stuff at $1 a mile.
Yeah,
like 60 miles, 80 miles. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
No. Yeah. I mean, I just look at it this way. Look, if they're transparent, it's like sleeping around with condoms, and using the big apps, it's like not having a condom.
Your analogies.
Wow.
This is what happens when you don't sleep much, guys. So.
Oh my gosh.
So, wait a minute. Did you just say that you don't use the big condoms?
Did I? I don't even use condoms, bro. What are you talking about?
I won't be.
So, Michelle, what news do you have from the DoorDash news?
Let's talk about DoorDash, please.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
We're gonna reset for a minute. Yeah, we're gonna reset. Hello, good evening, and coming from the DoorDash forums this past week, lots of interesting turns of events. I think it's sad because there seems to be so much disdain for the company. It used to be I like DoorDash, I'm enjoying DoorDash, and now it's just hateful and and all that. That bothers me. And no matter how much I try to turn it around, it's hard to do. But having said that, it's mostly because people just cannot believe that they're delivering for a $2 base pay. And they'll say, yes, now I'll just try to do as many $2 deliveries as I possibly can. But aside from that,
which is exactly what we don't need.
right.
I mean, that's what proves their points and makes all this stuff horrible.
Yes.
So,
And I could sit there and call them enabling that they're learning, good tippers that used to be there said, I don't need to tip because I'm going to get my food no matter what, or my orders no matter what. And the other news that really exists, that drivers are still getting, well, they're putting on pause, which usually leads to a deactivation, because what seems to be a constant ID check, and they're failing their own ID checks. And that's a real issue. What do you think about that?
I think that, for one, 13 this week will reveal some things I've had to hold in for a while, about a year. And it's some of that, what you just talked about, we're going to talk about. But I also I guess what I really want to know too, but before I even touch that one, is, are you also seeing drivers who are saying they're seeing a little better? Because I know some who are. Or else they're lying.
Well, the thing about having these two very large groups is, and of course, people are only talking from their world. And I have to put them back, or someone has to put them back and say, it's market dependent. And where are you? And, I should almost tell them, please, when you post, where are you? What's your market? And if you're in some podunk town, what is it, 10,000 people? Tell us your population so we can get a better read on what they're talking about. But some of the things they're bringing up, I'm certainly not seeing it in my market. Another real issue is, and this is big actually, with their platinum tier system. The platinum people, which I'm not one of them, but they're saying that they're losing their Dash Now ability. And they're saying that is the only reason that they achieve platinum and work to get that above 70% is for Dash Now.
Wait, if they take that away, why would, I mean this, I've always said, why do you do it anyway? But why would anybody do it?
Yes. And this week, people are saying, well, they used to get a 30% discount on DoorDash themselves as from a customer point. And they said this past week, they couldn't get their 30%.
Okay. One thing I'd like to say is the programs only work if drivers allow it to work.
Yeah.
And drivers are actually enabling these companies by following to those programs. Everybody has that FOMO. Oh, if I don't do what the company says, I'm going to be deactivated. If I don't do what they said, I won't be able to work. If I don't do this, I won't get that. That's a driver problem by allowing these companies to do what they do. Because if everyone was like me and Michelle, I think my acceptance rating is like 8% right now.
Me too.
Hers is probably in the teens too. We've always been that way.
Yes.
Because I don't care what DoorDash program they have. I don't care what they're trying to give me. All I want you to do is send me the orders, show me the pay, show me where it's going, and I'll decide. That's all I care about. I don't care about any other gimmicks you got going on. With them removing the top dasher, Steve, you saying, well, what are drivers going to do? They're actually restructuring the whole scheduling system now. If you're platinum, you can schedule out 6 days in advance. If you're gold, you can do up to 5 days in advance. And if you're below that, you can only do up to 2 days in advance.
And Gary, I heard that through the groups actually this morning. That was a big thing. And I went on mine to see, I've been able to schedule all 6 days out. I can always schedule up to 12 dashes in advance. Right. And I am like you, I'm between 8 and 13, 14% at all time. And I have no problem with my schedule. So what markets are they in? Or is it?
I can still just normal schedule in mine. I mean, they give me horrible options, but
they're still rolling out the scheduling part of it.
Okay.
But the Dash Now feature is completely gone away from platinum drivers.
Yes.
It's gone. You can't do it. It's not even based. Dash Now is not even based on your AR. It's based on several different factors now. And they say if you accept more and you're on time more and you're something else, you're more likely to see a Dash Now come available.
Well,
So-
the way I see it, I see Dash Nows come available, and I never get over 20%. So, I mean,
That's what I'm saying. Depending on how big your market is, how many drivers they need, they can only do so much. If you're in a small market, yeah, you're going to be screwed by not having Dash Nows.
yes.
If you're in a large market like Denver,
Right.
come on, there's way too many customers there. Like if I was in Miami or Orlando, you know, they have to give me those schedules because they need dashers.
Oh, dude, I can't get a good schedule. I'm saying that a Dash Now could come up any given night when it's busy.
Right. And that's how most markets are, unless you're in a smaller market. If you're in a
Okay.
smaller market, say you got 10,000 people in your city or whatever, and you got 100 dashers, well, they're probably not going to have a whole lot of Dash Nows.
Wait, so maybe nobody knows the answer to this, but I do have a question then. If they're taking away the Dash Now feature, let's just assume that's going to be nationwide and it's gone, and they're
Well,
going to
They're not getting rid of Dash Now. They're getting rid of Dash Now for platinum drivers.
right, okay, based on your metrics.
On your metrics or,
Okay.
or your tier.
But if
on-
they're still doing the tiers, like meaning like, okay, well, if you do over 80%, you're going to see these. You're going to see. Is it like that, or is it now going to become you get the best chances of your scheduling? But when you are scheduled, even if you're scheduled with me, the 17% person, and that's the only 2-hour shift I got all week, but you got 10 4-hour shifts. Am I going to see the same group of orders that you do then?
they're still going to keep the priority system in play.
Okay.
So, you know, platinum drivers are supposed to see it first, but if platinum driver's busy taking $2 orders, they have to send them to me.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's how I see it.
But see, I mean, first of all, let's all remember they don't have to do anything, and they prove that all the time.
Yes.
So like, okay, so my question becomes, in the best thing for the business is to even just lie to us and tell us, yeah, that's how it works. But in reality, the best thing for all of these businesses is to take the closest driver.
Yes. Yes. Well,
Acceptance rate 9. It's better to take that than to take acceptance rate 100, Gary, that's 8 miles away.
I think DoorDash does take the closest driver.
I do too. I honestly think maybe there are some perks. Maybe there are some things. I think you remove Dash Now. I think that the rest becomes worthless.
Like the way, and I can only just say this is how I would program it, is if I was doing a priority system, yes, I would take the closest driver. But if there's 3 drivers all within, say, the same proximity, I'm going to roll it down the tier. You know, so if me and Steve, you know, I'm at 100% AR, he's at 7% AR, and Michelle's at 40.
17, Gary.
Whatever. You know, I'm going to send it to me first. Of course, you know, if I don't accept it, then it's going to go to Michelle, then you, because we're all in the same proximity. Now, if it's me 8 miles away and you're 2 miles away, I'd be better off sending it to you.
But where do you think that proximity ends? I honestly, here's what I mean. I could be wrong, dude. But if I'm a quarter of a mile away and you're 3/4 of a mile away, I still think it's coming to me.
Like I said, we don't know because they don't share their algorithms with us. But
I know, but that just makes the most sense. Get the closest driver in there and get it moved.
Now there is also, you know, depending on how quickly was the order placed, because and they have really good metrics on this, you know, how long it takes a store, you know, are they busy, are they getting the orders out quickly, things like that, because they could use somebody that's 8 miles away if the order's not going to be ready for 10 or 12 minutes, because why would they send you there for you to wait when that driver could just show up, pick it up, and go?
Interesting.
I don't know. Why do they allow 500,000 illegal accounts?
Well, I know. I'm just there's multiple ways to do an algorithm, and I'm sure it's very complex. If any of them ever actually share it one day with us, I'm pretty sure it's a very complex algorithm based off a whole bunch of different metrics.
Dude, I honestly think that the DoorDash algorithm would be the equivalent of when they finally tell us there's aliens and reveal the files. I think that's how shocked America's going to be like, wait, what?
Well, the you know, the best driver is an informed driver, someone that's out there and someone that's informed. And we're still getting people that are saying, I'm doing stacked orders and they're only paying me for one $2 delivery base pay. When did that start? And like almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, people don't pay attention.
And now they think that this just happened last week. And are you still taking stacked orders? Yes, so many people. That's how people feel, that they see that higher dollar amount and they've got to take. And then they get upset when they see that the one was that really bad non-tipping order that they had to drive 13 or 14 miles away that took them out of their zone. So there's,
but they're, again, drivers are doing it. They're enabling these companies to allow it, and it's so bad. Like they're saying, Uber is actually following suit with this and going to a tier structure as well
tomorrow. And I can't wait to see how that is, because I've been a diamond driver with Uber since day one, but I will never be able to conform to their acceptance rate, which is about 4.
If they really want to see how deep their gamification goes, they should turn all diamond drivers tomorrow to coal drivers. Like, move you to coal and see how much people are just like, no, I got to get out of this.
Well,
like, even about
I can't wait to see, because I actually earned diamond for November, and I'm interested to see their transition. But you know what? I don't think there's any diamond priority at all. I think that's a myth.
Yeah. I don't know if it's, I mean, every one I see is exclusive and every one is like $275.
And what is that?
Those words just don't go together.
It means that it's just directly to you. It's not a trip radar.
Oh, I
Still,
see.
it sounds too fancy.
People are getting confused about what's a trip radar, what's not. In actuality, it doesn't matter. A trip's a trip, but people were getting trip radars and they'd hit match, and then they wouldn't get the ride, and then they'd contact Uber and they say, hey, my ride's not showing up.
Oh.
You know, when it was
customers, drivers, I've said it before.
Look, here's the thing about their
trip
system.
radar is where bad orders go to die.
With Uber, and in fact, this happened to me the other day. I was sitting in the parking lot where the guy's being picked up at. I could see the guy standing there, and I hit match, and it still told me I wasn't the best driver for that. I was like, I can see the guy.
So
you can see the people out there on their phones, waiting.
Before we wrap up, and while we're on DoorDash, and since I got all you guys who do a lot of it here, if you remember, Kim was talking about shopping stats, your ratings.
Yes.
You have your overall, and then you have your shopping, right? And I didn't have any shops. I mean, I do Instacart. I'm on Instacart, but I hadn't had any, right? And this was a few weeks back. I've now done 5, and I want something explained to me by you guys. I've done 5 shopping offers, and okay.
Can't see it.
Okay, well, the top one is, this is for shopping. Original items found 78%. Total items found 100%. Lifetime shops 5. What? How did I find 100% of the total items, but I only got 78% of the original items? And let me note, I did not make replacements.
I can also tell you, with those metrics that they're giving out, they are angering drivers.
Kim mentioned don't worry about it, but she said it pisses me off though about her.
Yes.
When that's why I did a few. And now I'm wondering though, why is it 78% original items found, total items found 100%?
Yeah. People are very confused. People are very angered. They feel that DoorDash is belittling them and they're trying so hard.
But I'm literally wondering, does anybody know what this means?
Did you have any items that you didn't find, but then you added them after?
Oh.
I didn't find them,
apples and
I didn't find them, but they
list.
did have them, kind of thing. And I was like, oh.
Not only that, not
you're talking about a
necessarily
replacement item?
Not even a replacement. Like if you wanted to add an item onto it.
I don't think I did. I mean, not in these DoorDashes, no. I only took very simple ones that were 4 or 5 items just to get a few under my belt. And all I can say is there were 1 or 2 things that it was out of. It didn't recommend a replacement. I moved on.
What's funny is I'm looking at mine right now, and it says original items found 95, total items found 95. Whenever I click on original items found, it says excellent. It says congrats, you found all your items. You're the best shoppers in the area. And then whenever I click on total, it goes below average. Like, what the? Wait, am I the best or am I below average now?
It's like two classes. You're flunking science, but you're doing okay in math. Here, I'm touching mine to see what mine says then.
Now total. It does say total items is all the original and substitutions. So original items found would be all the original ones. If you had any substitutions, they would be taken out of, I guess.
Right, but so here's my point. So I am below average, by the way. So
78, holy crap, you suck.
But I've only done 5 of these, and here's the thing. Actually, less items than I had said, because here's what it says. In those 5 shops, you found 7 of 9 original items, which is below the average rate for shoppers. They didn't have them. So hold on. And it says, always try to go the extra mile to find.
Well, that's the thing. If they don't have them, you didn't find them. It's not your
right,
fault.
but go the extra mile to find it. That's basically saying, dude, you didn't look hard enough. No, they were out of it.
Yeah, I know. Mine says that, and actually I can say that I don't know if they were out because most of mine are Dollar Generals, and I don't look around Dollar General. If I can't find it in like a minute or two, I move on.
Yeah, and then it has tips for finding original items. For me, probably doesn't for you because that was your A, the other one was your C. But it says 1, satisfying customers. Customers always prefer getting the original items they ordered. Really? Okay. I thought they just were hoping that you'd guess something else. Anyway, 2, ask the staff. Check with the staff to make sure they're out of it. Yeah, really? I mean, maybe I haven't grabbed them every time, but I just know. I can tell and I ask if I think I should ask. You know, like other locations. Items may be located in non-standard aisles. What's a non-standard aisle?
Yeah, like typically where it's supposed to be, but it's not there.
Right,
like,
when it says aisle 5, row 5.
It's like an end cap or something.
An end cap or at a promo place near the checkout, which is where I found out that's where the donuts lived, was at not in the bakery, but by the checkout.
Yeah.
And then it's the last one says double check item photos in the app may not always match. What?
That is true.
What the hell does that mean?
That is true.
But then it won't let you scan it. When you scan it, it'll say that's not the right one.
It's because you suck.
No, but I'm saying, like, if I was like, oh wait, that looks like the picture, and it's saying, well, it might not look like the picture. This is the one. I'll scan it, and it'll go, that's not right.
Every shopping app has this problem. I ordered from Walmart Spark today. They substituted my chili with the same exact chili that I ordered.
Roy, just so you know, we are talking about that stuff, but just a few minutes ago, you missed stuff about like buttholes and condoms, bro.
Oh God!
Now you gotta go back and watch the whole thing.
Steve looks high as fuck.
Maybe he is.
He was tired.
Yeah, dude, I slept like 3 hours last night and I just got back from the mountains. So, but yeah, I don't believe in any of those. Like, ask the staff. Really? Like, okay, so if
no, I don't get paid enough to sit there and do that.
Right, and like if 2% milk is out and it's a big store, I'm not going to ask the staff because all the other milks are there. They're out of it. Guess what? If they had more, they got a guy back there who puts it down the rows.
I never ask the staff. I don't care if it's a small store. I don't get paid enough to sit there and do it.
Anyway, snakes. No, just kidding. We lost Tom.
It's been an hour.
I know. We're winding it down. I guess Tom just left us.
When he put in chat, he goes, "I have to drop. He's not feeling good."
Okay.
Feel better.
Oh, okay.
So feel better, Tom.
Okay. Well, that's better.
Sorry, Steve can't tell time.
Yeah, according to Roy, I'm high as fuck. So
You're limiting the people that I can send this to.
I wouldn't send this episode out to anybody.
I know, right?
Normally,
First you tell me how to
yeah,
get deactivated from
but not this
Instacart.
In fact, we wouldn't have got away with any of this if Kim was here.
Oh, she would have shut it down.
She'd have been, what are you doing? Stop.
Happy Halloween.
But hi, everybody that joined us, even Roy. Hey, Ceci. Hey, Roy. Hey, everybody that joined us. Thank you for joining us. Obviously, like I said in the beginning, this is the place to be, because if you had somewhere better to be there. So, happy Halloween, everybody. Thank you, Cheyenne. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Gary. Michelle, don't share this with the group. We'll get them the better video. But I guess it was, I'm tired, and we talked about a few things, but it's nice to just sometimes have a laugh too, whatever. Especially after last week. Last week was tough, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Last week was it was hard to hear, and I've talked to Luis since. Like he's actually, he can't do gig work. He can't. There's some like really intense stuff going on. So
Wow.
that was a big one. So yeah, enjoy the jokes. We'll be back next week, and next week we have a virgin guest on the pod. He's been on the podcast, but not on the roundtable. We have the rideshare professor joining us. It will be fun, and come back next week, and those kind of jokes probably won't happen. So thanks everybody for joining us.
Guest.
Thank you, everybody watching. Thank you, podcast. Until next Thursday, be safe, earn smart, and don't eat too much leftover candy, and have fun.
See a driver snapping at the tempo, playing perfect rhythm with the song on the radio.